Oh yes, we are back. Anyone who's come just arrived now. We started live streaming until about from maybe 3 o'clock or. No, that video is doing something. Yeah. So we started streaming about 3 o'clock or something like that, and it'd be non-stop. Now, what's happening here? We're on a marathon, right? Junkanoo supports what happens in Ghana, supports what happens in the Bahamas. So at the moment, it's actual us supporting what happens in the Bahamas and the Ghana, because all of them are celebrating Christmas and Boxing Day. So on Boxing Day, that's when everybody gets their costumes and they get on and get very, very excited about the whole thing, yeah? And also, we managed to film 20 interviews in the Bahamas. And so far, I think I've shown about 6 or 8 of them. And then we also got some other interviews in England. The England is like loads. Out of that, we trimmed down, so we're going to show a few interviews. And then next, when we finish live streaming here, this long one, we're going to do another long one on New Year's Day, and we'll do the same thing again. So if you have come in, you haven't missed anything really. And also this streaming, whatever, it stays here for a while. It stays forever. It stays here unless I take it off anyway, it will still be here. So if you have missed it, doesn't matter. But what I really beg you to do is to encourage other people to take part, other people to watch Junkanoo. Share the link. The link is very straightforward. It's Facebook.com/Pax Nindi. And that's it. Same thing on YouTube. It's YouTube.com/Pax Nindi, and then you're in. So Facebook is mainly where most of our people are. So I encourage you, please share so that there can be more people. And also, apart from saying I'm doing Boxing Day and also New Year's Day, tomorrow, the next day, we're going to be doing small live streams. And if you are sort of like really, subscribe to us, whenever we go live, it will say to you, we are live, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Lord Kitchener, mainly because we want to do a special dedication to the Junkanoo goddess's father who passed away. So I'm going to play Lord Kitchener first, and then after that we come and pay this tribute to Mr. Everett Buchanan. He was a Junkanoo royal, so we need to pay tribute to that. There's other people who passed away as well, like Lincoln and such as great people, whom I'm going to do pass honors on New Year's Day. But for now, I think most of the dominating thing here is Junkanoo, so we're going to pay a tribute to Mr. Everett. So for now, I'm going to take you to Mr. If I can find him. Oh, I don't know where he is now. Mr. I think he's there. No. I've lost Mr. I think he's there. Lord Kitchener. Here we go.
They sing on the Iron Man, they sing on the bass. Nothing on the guitar fan that us keep the rhythm in place. They sing on the Iron Man, they sing on the bass. Nothing on the guitar fan that us keep the rhythm in place. They hear the lovely strum, but they don't understand the major role the guitar play inside the band. For your information, it's the key foundation. Now you understand the importance of the guitar band. When the guitar play together with the bass drum, the orchestra song is sweeter with every strum. When the guitar play together with the bass drum, the orchestra song is sweeter with every strum. Now you can hear the rhythm in the band. all because of the guitar band. The guitar coming down, burning up the tongue, vibrating the ground. The guitar ramouche, the people break away, they had them obey. Yeah, the guitar band, and you'll surely understand why there's so much in the band, to hold the rhythm in the band. Pump up it, you hear the guitar, it's sweet like sugar, it have the people uncontrollable. T, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do, feel it, do, dig down. The sound of the guitar band is something to talk about. Firstly, if the guitar man have the knowledge to bring it out, he needs the ability to bring you the proper chord, the drive and the energy to failure he can't afford. And brother, if he can prolong and get it right, I guarantee the band would sound like dynamite. So if he could just play the chords in the right way, then we always see the guitar superiority. When the guitar play together,
With the bass drum,
the orchestra singing sweeter.
with every song,
When the guitar play together,
with the bass drum,
the orchestra singing sweeter.
with every song.
Now you can hear the rhythm in the band, all because of the guitar. Burning up the tongue, vibrating the ground.
Pam, para. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. For me, I did it more as a dedication, really. So I'm going to pay a special dedication to Everett Buchanan. And this is the gentleman. And as you know, Angelic, that's Angelic's dad. So that's him there. And yes, Angelic, I hope you are there. This is a special tribute to Everett Buchanan. He was an exceptional officer on the Royal Bahamas Force and was given full military send-off when he passed away to glory. He was a drummer in the Saxons back in the day. So I think after this, I'm going to straight away play Saxon. So he was a drummer back in the day and was involved with Junkanoo from the first, from when he first entered high school at about age of 12. So he started when he was about 12. Everett went to One Family when they were first formed in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s. So One Family is another Bahamas group. Everett was the sounding board for the creation of the Junkanoo Commandos, which is what Angelica leads now in the 90s. And one of the Junkanoo Commandos members that gave strong silence behind the scenes to support soul and different levels. As a member of One Family, Everett would wield all of the iron frames for the big dancers and was a boss at the feathering up the off-the-shoulder dancers' costumes in the various stacks of his group. Off-the-shoulder dancers, some of you don't know what that is. I've got a gentleman who's going to talk about that. Who's that? Yeah, so I'm going to get Omar Buchanan to talk about this. I'm going to play Saxon. Then I get Uma, who's going to talk because he mainly works with the off-the-shoulder dancers. The Junkanoo Commanders will pay tribute to Everett as he was a drummer by dedicating every drum building session, presentation, and display to his memory. Hit It was his nickname. Every Junkanoo had as a nickname. The Junkanoo community and the Junkanoo commandos say, walk tall with ancestors Everett. We will see you on the other side. So a special dedication to Everett Buchanan, was sad news to hear when he passed away, but it's also glad to know that a special dedication was done for him by the powers be and also the Junkanoo family. So okay, so I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope I haven't made you cry, my dear Angelique. So now I think earlier I did say that dear me, we did this to sort out. We tried to sort out this. It's been just doing its own thing. Anyway, earlier I showed some people from the Omo Valley, and Omo Valley is in Ethiopia, and I promised that I will show you what it's like there. So I'll show you some of it. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I'm just show you what life is like that side of the world. And so Omo, and I think I did say earlier also that there was some European photographer who came there, and he did make a film with these guys, and then he actually won an award with it, and I was told that these guys didn't even know that had happened. He got them to put on leaves and all sorts of things, which, we Africans, we get asked to do something, we just do it. We don't ask where's the money or anything. And then I found out that this photographer made a lot of money, and these people are still suffering. So anyway, so this is the Omo Valley, right? And these are the people from the Omo Valley. Most of their decoration, it's all made out of natural stuff, and then they paint themselves just natural stuff. Nothing is bought. Hey, oh, just natural. Right, now we go to Saxons, and please, so all these people that we show their videos, who do videos, please try to help them and subscribe to them as well as us. Okay, so now it's Saxon time. Saxon time. So this is a group that was originally working with Angelic Stars. I like this. That's matching up with my costume. Hooray. Liz, welcome back. Welcome back. And I just see who else is here. Where are you, Madam Shero? We're going until maybe 4, 5 a.m., because, I blame you, Junkanoo Goddess. Oh, thank you for the tribute to my brother. Hey, I was saying your father. It's your brother. Sorry. Yeah. And IQ Ken, what are you saying about IQ Kenny? IQ Ken Junkanoo Ninja, I hear you. So now I'm going to move and I'm going to bring Comrade Omar. Comrade Omar, one of the people that we interviewed, we got so many interviews, so I'm going to bring him. Then after that, we're going to go to some performances, cultural stuff, and all sorts of things like that. So stay with us, and we're going to. I promise to entertain you as much as you want. And also, if I'm not entertaining you the way you want, tell me. If you tell me, honestly, I promise you, I'll try to entertain you the way you want it. Okay? So now we're going to go to Omar. Another interview another great. We're still flying with Junkanoo. We haven't left the Bahamas yet. We're still in the Bahamas, chatting with all these exciting people. And now there's another special guest coming up now by the name of Omar. And he's going to tell us what he does and so on. But this is another talent that makes Junkanoo happen in the Bahamas. So Omar, welcome to the house, sir.
How you doing, Pax? What's up?
Oh, I can't
Great to be
complain,
here.
you know. Now that I see you there, my complaints are finished. That is it. Done. Right?
Wow.
So how has it been going, you know, with all this stupid COVID and all that kind of stuff that we can't actually go on the streets?
Man, tell me about it. The road is missing us, man. We missed the road bad.
Oh, I know. So anyway, tell me
The
what you
road
do
bad.
then in terms of Junkanoo.
Well, basically, I'm on what you call an off-the-shoulder dancer. We're placed like midways in front of the group, and my job is to bring energy to the group. My off-the-shoulder is comprised of 3 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a head piece, a shoulder piece, and then a bottom piece that we call a skirt.
Right.
And that would give you a complete off-the-shoulder dance.
Right.
And it is carried on your shoulder out for the whole duration of the process and the whole duration of the parade. It's carried on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And it can weigh from anywhere, well, my costume can weigh anywhere from 150 to 250 pounds, so you can imagine.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. So now,
Imagine.
okay, I think in terms of what you're describing there, I would like to show the viewers what you're talking about. So remind me which group you work with?
One family,
One
the
family.
best
That's
group in the
easy.
family.
That's easy. Let me find one family. Just give me a second. I'll find one family, and then we can also see the stuff that you're talking about. Aha! That's one family. That's one
Yes.
family indeed. And let's see. Wow, I like that. That bike.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm going forward just to see, so we can see the bit that we're talking about of the shoulder.
Yes. This
Huh?
that would
Oh,
that
did
there
that
would
one
be a
before?
frame dancer.
Huh?
That's carried by wheels.
Oh, I
That would
see.
be a
So I
frame
need to
dancer
find
that carried
human
that.
beings. This is our all floats, you know. Oh, here we go.
We're too far up. You could come back some more. Come back.
Yeah?
Something like that. That would be off the shoulder dancer. That's a
Okay.
small off the shoulder dancer.
Right. So you've got small, and then it means there's something bigger than that.
Yes.
Oh my God. Those are some of those crazy floats we were watching before.
Yes.
These are all small ones, aren't they?
Yeah, there's small ones also.
People are having fun, huh?
Yeah.
So who they've designed
See what I
these
mean
ones here?
about? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say who they've designed these ones.
We have something called a design team, and they put all the costumes together, and then you have individual builders that
Yeah.
works on.
Yeah.
It's similar. It's similar to how you guys do Carnival. You have individual builders that work with each section.
So, I mean, in terms of your area of work, I mean, where did you learn from? Did you just learn yourself in Junkanoo, or you had to go somewhere special to learn?
Well, Junkanoo is kind of in your genes. Most
Your
Bahamians, it's in
blood,
your
yeah.
genes, man. You can't run. You just have to apply it, and then you work around the guys, like some of the guys around the shack, and then you learn it. You learn. You pick up, little tricks here and there. But it's in your blood. You can't go wrong.
So how long have you been doing it? How long have you been involved? Or doing actual your beats?
Well, a little bit over 30 years,
Right.
34 years.
Yeah. 34 years.
Yeah, I know I only look but
That's
34,
your
but
lifetime, right? That's your lifetime, really.
almost. I'm at 45 now. So,
Oh, I see. So it started when you were about 10 or 15 or something like that.
yeah, about 10, a little over 10.
And then how does it work for somebody who doesn't know how Junkan works in the Caribbean? How does it work in terms of family? I mean, like when that Boxing Day time comes, does it mean that the whole family is all committed, or there is certain members of family who don't like Junkanoo at all?
Yes, there's always some members of the family that don't like Junkanoo because it takes a lot of family time, a lot of family time. Because rarely we eat Christmas dinner at home. You hardly get to eat Christmas dinner at home. It's always in the shacks trying to prepare for the day.
Yeah.
And one thing about junk is never finish until the parade. You never finish your costume until the parade goes out. It's always something you're looking to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then again, you have some family members that come in and help. So it's still quality time for some family members. Like my family, they come in and chip it because they know that's my passion. That's what I love. So they're gonna spend some time there with me, so we can spend some time otherwise.
So with your family, is everybody taking part, or they still got the odd ones?
Not everybody,
Okay. Yeah.
just a few.
Okay. I don't know how people can avoid Junkanoo really, because in the Bahamas it's in your face. So I can't imagine doing anything else except Junkanoo, is it?
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine from a.
So I mean, apart from doing this, what exactly do you do? I think it's most people think that when people are doing Carnival or Junkanoo, that's all they do. They don't realize that we've got solicitors, doctors, and all sorts of people involved in it. Outside. So outside
Well,
Junkanoo, what else you do?
well, I'm a local DJ here in the Bahamas also.
Ooh la la,
But my main source
DJ.
of work, yes, love music.
Yeah.
But my main source of work, I'm a corrections officer also at a sergeant rank,
Yeah, what?
a corrections officer.
I don't know what that means.
I
Courageous.
work corrections,
Oh,
corrections. I
corrections.
work
Oh,
in a
sorry.
corrections
Corrections
facility.
officer. Yeah.
Yes.
You see, that's exactly what I was talking about. Everybody just thinks like, oh yeah, Carnival is just like really, and Junkanoo is just people messing about. But there's all these very, very crucial people actually doing a big parts in the community, big parts in the creativity, which helps a lot of people. So just Oma is a very good example of that. Now, Oma, one more question to you. In real life, in your life, what does actual Junkanoo mean to you?
It's everything. Like, it's the greatest show on earth. What Junkanoo brings for me is I like to express myself. So give me a chance to express myself creatively and artistically. Uh, Junkanoo.
Yeah,
I
because
can't imagine. I can't imagine life without that.
life with Junkanoo. Well, you just going on
No,
with the what Sister Angelica always saying, is the greatest show on earth, and I always tell her, shut up, don't say that to me.
it
Because she's
is.
the Junkanoo goddess. Yeah. Oh, okay. And also, I mean, the thing is, I don't know how it works there really, but do companies get involved as well?
Yes. Well,
Because
it's very expensive to put on, so we need companies to get involved so we can get individual sponsorships and all that.
sponsorship, yeah. But what I
Yes.
mean is, do they actually get it? Because, like, somebody was telling me that, the bank would be playing, Junkanoo music in there and so on. That's the sort of involvement I'm asking. Is there any other organizations, companies that do that? Like, if you go in
Sorry, I
host,
didn't get the question.
I'm just saying the way I was told is that the bank would have Junkanoo music playing. So when you come in, you could actually, do your own thing with the Junkanoo music playing. So I'm just wondering, are there any other companies that do that? Like, for example, I don't know, Coca-Cola or hospital where you'd have some music playing or something. I don't know. I'm just talking about Junkanoo time. I'm trying to have a picture of actual who else is involved apart from you. That's what I'm trying to work out.
Okay, with Junkanoo is everything every celebration that goes on in the Bahamas either starts or end with Junkanoo. Funeral service, banquets, weddings, baby showers. If you had a litter of cats, we have Junkanoo. We just need an excuse to get on the road. We love to jump Junkanoo. That's about it. Anything happens, nothing happens without Junkanoo.
Yeah, because I did notice there was one person, is it Percy, that I know from the Junkanoo. He passed away. And here on Junkanoo TV, we managed to show some of the videos, but that's just like really, Junkanoo was responsible for a lot of the stuff that was going on in terms of, the sending the person away.
Oh wait, yeah, it's a proper send off for Junkanoo. That we give them a good rush, their final rush.
Yeah.
And even so, some of the very big Junkanoos, the guys who were, to pave the way for us, they actually take them on Bay Street.
Right.
We ride Bay Street way, and that'll be the last ride or the last rush. That's how much Junkanoo means to us.
All right. Yeah, that's very, very, very important indeed. Okay. So anyway, I think you've covered most of the stuff I wanted to talk to you about, unless I've left something. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, basically that's it. We all know that Junkanoo is the greatest show on earth.
You want to have a
So
fight
be
with
show
me,
off.
right? You want to have a fight with me? I don't agree.
No man, you're my good friend, man.
So we can't fight really.
No.
Okay. Because you're a great friend, I'm going to believe it that Junkanoo is the greatest show on earth.
Okay, then.
And I shall market it that way as well.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, good old Oma. Yes. And, the Junkanoo Queen. You see what's happening? Every single person is... Oh, my God. I don't know what's happening here. Oh yes. These things happen. They happen. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Right. So my machine at the moment, I have to say, it's playing up. It's doing all sorts of crazy things. When I move to the next show, it comes on with the same show that's been going before that. So bear with me on that one there. And also, all these programs that we are showing, we are going to do the same thing that we do, where we're going to join all of them together. Oh, no, we're going to cut them now one by one, and then we're going to show them again. So if you have missed something, you will see it again, or otherwise the video is here. So now let's go to this lady, right? Angelique, everybody's saying it's the greatest show on earth, and ting, right? And then what do you say? People who don't participate in Junkanoo, I have no idea what they do during the Christmas time. In the Bahamas. Oh, yeah, wait, that's when we were talking with Omar about who else, what other people do. Is there somebody on the island who really does not like Junkanoo or does not know about Junkanoo? So according to you, he is right. But anyway, you go ahead then and you say the greatest show on earth again. I know that Nadia is counting. Yeah, you know that Nadia is counting. So yeah, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be so broke. And what? He said it again. He said it about 5 times. I know that he said it about 5 times. And then how many times have you said it? Nadia, are you counting? Nadia, count. She said it again. Oh, dear. Anyway, when it comes to Junkanoo, as I say, in the past, I've been accused of playing Valley Boys again and again. But what it is really when we do our research, we try to get people to give us videos, or we try to get videos that are what they call Creative Commons. So those videos which are Creative Commons, I can play here and talk about them. I'm allowed to do that. And then the other videos that are on the internet, the quality is so bad. So what was happening that time when we started last year, we started Boxing Day last year, most of the videos you could find on Junkanoo, if they were not coming from Angelique, Junkanoo Commandos, then the quality was so bad. Because I know that Angelique used to spend a lot of money, contracting filmmakers to make films about Junkanoo, right? But the ones we're getting, the quality was so bad that I think we'll be insulting you to be showing you those, even though the content is good, but the quality of the video, that is the sound and the picture, really bad. So we were always doing, valuable. But recently, most of these groups have now had enough time during the corona time in lockdown and all that to put in some really good video content. So some of the ones we'll be showing now are much better than the one that we're showing for. That's why we kept on showing Valley Boys, not because I'm biased. No, I'm not. I'm not biased at all. I like Family, I like Roots, I like, everybody, all the groups. Right now, I think I'm going to go to a different group altogether. So I'm going to go to Roots, right? Just to show that I'm not biased at all. We're going to check Roots, and then I'm going to come and chat with more people in England, more people in the Bahamas, and in Ghana as well.
Coming through like a Category 5 hurricane.
Check it out.
This is DJ Sampler. DJ Sampler. DJ
So this is a mixer of Saxon, Valley Boys, and Roots. So it's not Roots really. So I need to get you Roots, right? So while I do that, I'm going to come to another composition. Yeah, so while you're enjoying this, I'm going to come back on some more of the Junkanoo ones, but for now, I'm going to get some conversations going for you. So just enjoy, relax, and I'll come back with some more. Yes, I hope you're enjoying this and also sharing and letting people know. As I say, we're going to be every day, but small segments. But today we're going for ever, and Boxing Day we're also going to go for ever, starting from 2 p.m. on Boxing Day, I think 4 p.m. all the way up to 2020. No, we're already in 22, is New Year's Day. Right, now there's a lot of designers we have also, not just in the Bahamas, but also have them in other places. England, we got some very interesting designers. So the designer I'm going to show now is Clary Salandi from Mahogany Mass Band. And they're always winning prizes, and their designs are brilliant. So I had a conversation with her. So most of the conversations I had are quite long. So this is chapter 2 of our conversation. And then I'll also come to Ion Bongo Marura in the Bahamas, and then also Antonio Saunders, Ebella, and I'll be coming back to that as well. But for now, enjoy and listen to Madam Clary.
Oh,
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, so I brought this just as a little surprise because you don't
you're
know
a
half the
spy,
time. You,
Pax. You're a spy.
you don't know when I'm
You're
stalking
spying
you,
on
so
me.
I just evidence read. This is how I stalk. Now, this I think I was saying to you, see, that in terms of all your work, this is the work that's always inspired me a lot. You know, I always like this thing where you get a piece of cloth and a piece of wire, and then 3 days later, it's an animal actual that moves that you can actually relate to as an animal. And personal, I feel that's what you did on this particular on these ones here. And you took them all over the place. I think I saw you taking it to Liverpool. It was a brewer, and then different places.
Yeah, we do like to make sure that our animals have movement and life. So I think that's one of the things that we've become really known for. We try to design costumes that have inherent movement.
Yeah.
That's really important to us. So there will always be bits that move. Even if there's static elements, there will be moving elements as well.
Yeah. No, this one was just like really the evidence of all that, really. I loved it. And then what have we got here? So we got that, and then what's the other thing? This is Party Caribbean video. This is Notting Hill 2018. So that's 3-4 years ago.
Yes. This was a Windrush presentation that year.
Oh, okay.
That's the Blitz, this set. As you can see, there's the burning of London. That's the symbolism of the buildings on the headdress and the collar, and the glow of the fire of the Blitz. With the bombs dropping on London, you see them in the back. Sometimes we be very literal, but it still makes a really exciting thing when you see all of them together.
Yes.
It's very vibrant.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think of all your work that you've done, this is the only one that I really understood. I don't know if you know why, but that's the one I really understood. I understood everything you were doing.
Is that because you saw it, you came in the mass camp and you saw the drawings?
Yeah, because I was assessing it as well for the Arts Council.
Okay.
In order to assess it, I can't pretend that I understand what you do. I had to go deep down into it, and then all of a sudden it made a lot of sense in looking all the way you did all the, you know, some of the London stuff and the fire and all that, you know. So that's one of the ones I really like. So I thought, yeah, I understand their work now. That girl knows what she's doing.
Well, I hope so after all this time.
Well, the thing is, it comes back to what you're saying, really, that, you know, most carnival people, they give us their work. And you see a man dancing there, and you see the rainbow there, but there is no explanation what that is all about. So a lot of carnivals do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a part of the experience. There are different kinds of experiences at different points. So people who come and choose the costumes, they know all about the theme that they choose. People who are making the costumes, they know all about what they're doing, why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Then the judges receive a written explanation and they're doing their bit. And then the rest of the time, you know, people are, oh, look at that. Oh, I wonder what that's about. So if we can get people to come and find out something that they didn't know, and they come after to find out what it was, that's fantastic. And if they just go away thinking, wow, Carnival was amazing, we saw some amazing costumes, beautiful designs, there's harmony. So maybe they don't get to the actual meaning. You know, the banner does help because it does give you a hint as to what's going on. And so sometimes it's good to have some literal things within it. So when you see Blitz and you look at it, you see the burning buildings, it's just literal. And when you see the boats coming and you see what, you know, it's to do with the Windrush, then obviously those are the ships.
Yeah.
So sometimes I like to keep a literal thing because it helps different parts of the community to kind of link it, to understand, to feel that, oh yeah, I get what's going on in this thing. But Carnival does operate on so many different levels. It isn't about being literal. It's about being there in the moment and taking in the vibe and then looking at things and you're questioning what you're seeing in front of you. And then you go away and you can rethink, you know, gosh, there's some great ingenuity, some engineering, some creativity, performance.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't get the exact meaning, that's okay because the judges did.
Well, I don't know because I'm sort of a difficult punter when I come to watch Carnival, all the carnivals I go to, I need to understand what's going on there, and I always come up with this thing that if I can't actually understand what you're doing, then you failed your job. That's how I feel.
Yeah, well, that works on a particular level. But if somebody's just turned up on the day and they're just there and then suddenly they see this thing going past,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
they didn't see the banner at the front, they didn't see it at the back, or
yeah, yeah,
then they won't get a meaning in the way that I intended it to
yeah,
be. But that's okay because they will get other things. They will see a ship coming past through
yeah,
coral,
yeah.
and they will know that that's the Caribbean, and so the ship is leaving the Caribbean. And then the next thing they see is what they see next, and the next thing, and so they are then putting the story together by looking at what they're seeing going past and understanding. Oh, there's the ship, and then there's a logo of London Transport.
Yeah.
So what's the relationship between that ship, the Caribbean, and London Transport? Do you understand? So it's Carnival. That's why it is important to have your message kind of
Yeah,
clearly
exactly.
illustrated.
Yeah.
But the story does unfold, and if you know, and if you don't know, then you know that the Caribbean and London Transport has a link because it's there for you to see in the story.
Yeah. No, I think that's the challenge. I mean, people think Carnival is easier compared to theater, to be or not to be and all that. But personally, I think Carnival is much more challenging than you trying to do a theatrical piece. Everything we are talking about now, in a theatrical place, you can actually get all that because people are sitting in one place, watching the whole 2 hours. In Carnival, we pass through somebody 5 minutes, and then after that, what was that? So that's what I'm trying to say. If somebody can fail to explain to me, because not everybody wants it explained, right? But for me,
That's right.
I want to be able to understand why did they have a snake in it? Why was there a skeleton in it and all that kind of stuff here? So I suppose when people are going to Carnival, everybody's got their own take, but people like me, I'm so difficult really when it comes to pleasing with Carnival. That takes me to the next question to you, is that, we are not living in our normal way. Everything is changed. So I'm just wondering, how much of a challenge are you having with mahogany? I'll ask you about the Carnival Center, but for mahogany, how much of a challenge have you had, and how have you managed to go through these challenges that we've got at the moment?
Well, it has been a massive challenge because, of course, we're not digital experts, and I didn't really want to go out and do stuff that really wasn't of a very good quality. So we focused where we thought the need was greatest, and we thought that was going to be with children. And because we're right in Harlesden, where we were at one point, we had the highest number of deaths from the virus here in Harlesden. And so we know that our local community was really, really suffering. So we decided that we would spend our time making activities that children could do at home using only paper, which is what they could afford or which they could find at home or what schools would have. So that was my focus first. We made paper things, we put them online, we contacted our schools, we said, here's this stuff going on. So we did that sort of thing. And then we also made PPE at the beginning. I thought that was really important for me to support my freelance artists.
Yeah.
So we furloughed our main staff and employed our freelance artists. We made scrubs and we made some masks. And then we did actually get small commissions. So we were able to do some small, we made a thing for Diwali, a sculpture of Ganesh that went into Brent Cross. And we were doing some performances in July. We were doing stuff at a restaurant where we take our animals, Shaka Zulu. We go every Friday and Saturday. So we were doing things, and we did over Carnival. Of course, there was the Notting Hill virtual. Yeah. So we were planning for that. We have costumes. We have a space. So we were able to safely manage our team to do the virtual carnival with 16 costumes. Which was a fantastic experience because everybody was just so happy to see one another and to go out and do something. And some of the footage was really, well, actually all the footage was really beautifully filmed. So that gave us a chance again to just step back and look at the costumes out that we've made and to see them in a different light with lighting. That was lovely. And during that period, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of press and people wanted interviews and there was articles. And so we were able to keep talking about Carnival. But we maintained contact with our Carnival people a lot on WhatsApp. So we did have bereavements in the club. We lost 2 people in March, and then we lost Lincoln and we lost Elmer, who were Carnival geniuses. and then we have other people in the band who've lost their families, their moms and their dads. And so we've been managing our people because, when there's a funeral, Mahogany's there as part of that family. So we've had angels at funerals, escorting the hearse and things like that. And we've got another funeral coming up on the 24th where, again, the angels are going to go out. People say, please, can we have the costumes? Yes, of course you can. We'll do anything to support the family. So we've been dealing with that, of course.
Yes, that was Clary there. And where am I? Yeah, that was Clary there. And now, while we are still in England, I am going to show you some of the stuff that we've been doing Global Carnival, supporting other people. So we've been supporting some artists and different people like that. So this one coming up is Soca Massive, Mr. Michael Alton, who managed to get some funding from the Arts Council. And then we did some live streaming here. So I'm going to show that after I have just gone to how you do some amazing glue stick tricks. So Soca Massive is coming after that, but for now, because we've been talking about design and all that, so we are going to go now to check on the glue stick, how you can handle your glue stick. You guys will do that. Hi. I'm so glad you're still here, and we continue with the program, right? And I've always promised that you're going to show you how to do this, how to do that, and so on, right? And a lot of you do costumes. You do a lot of costumes, right? And some of you don't. Some of you do little clips. And we encourage you to take the cardboard and do whatever you want with it, right? So now, the program coming up is going to show you how to care, how you can use your glue gun. Yeah, because you guys like using glue guns, right? Yeah, you burn me. Glue gun, how you use it so that you don't burn yourself, you don't burn anybody. So this is tips on glue gun.
I use a glue gun pretty much every day. I usually, when I come into my craft room, I would turn my glue gun on so it's always ready, and it's just something that I find very useful to use when I'm applying my embellishments, any kind of ribbons, or just other materials to my paper crafts that I feel need that extra stick. And I just love the convenience of how fast and quick it is to use and dry. So I have my glue gun here. Now this is the one that you've seen me use for quite some time, but I've also recently got this new cordless one, which I'm really enjoying as well. And I did have another really good one, which was a blue one, which I picked up very inexpensive from Amazon, but I've actually given that one to my mum. But I will link these three below because these are the ones that I've used, these are the ones that I would recommend and that I really enjoy. So the Sizzix one here is a lovely little glue gun. It's obviously all plugged in here. Now this isn't the original stand. I did have the original stand, but unfortunately I dropped that one. But you can pick these up on their own. They're very inexpensive, again, off of Amazon. I just cut a little silicone mat here and I stuck that in there so that I can easily pick off any glue that does drip. It's just a handy little drip tray. So this one does come with a stand, but you'll find with most glue guns, when you have a wire, when you stand them with the stand that comes with it, you have to kind of get them positioned, but they may just fall over quite easily. So I would just pop the stand away and pop it into one of these little holsters. Again, it was about $2.99, very inexpensive. So no matter what glue gun you've got, if you don't have a stand and you want to get one, then get one of these because they're great. Now this one here, I picked up from Amazon. So obviously heating up now, it's nice and hot, so it's got a USB to charge it. You get this little silicone mat just for any bits that do drip, but I find it doesn't drip. And this one here, the dripping is when I initially turn it on and it's any kind of glue that was left on the nozzle, it's just kind of falling off. If they don't, I find these two do not drip as I'm using them. Now with this one here, I thought it'd be a good example to show you when you're starting to get down to the end of your glue. I recently came across this fantastic hack on TikTok and I had to share it with you all. But when it's like this and you find that you start to lose it's not pushing it through anymore, but you can still see the glue stick there. Some of you may know this, I didn't. If you just heat the end of the new glue stick, and then if you just slide it through and let it attach to that one, give it a few seconds just to grab, and then that will pull through now without you having to actually physically put it in and push it through yourself. So now you can just carry on with your craft and you've got that nice strong grip again with the glue, and it flows really nicely. Top tip with your glue guns, make sure they're nice and hot. The hotter the glue, the better it's going to work, and it will spread thinner, and you're just, obviously it'll take a couple of seconds to dry, but you will get a much better application when you let your glue gun heat up properly. Don't feel as soon as it starts to kind of like the glue maybe start to fall off, it's ready to go. It'll be quite maybe hard to squeeze. It's because it's still not quite hot enough, so just give it a chance, and once it is very hot, that little trigger will move very, very quickly. As you saw there, that's coming out really easily. Another little tip is grab yourself some silicone little finger protectors. These ones here I got from the brand Stick to Anything, and you get them in a little pack. Again, very inexpensive, but it's great if you're adding embellishments or something and you need to apply, you know, some pressure. You don't want the heat from the glue. Pop the silicone little protector on, and you can, you know, literally touch that glue now and go right into there. You get a warmth that will come off, but you do not get anything that will burn you. And this is all on that silicone mat, so once that's all cooled off completely, that will come, you know, I'll be able to peel that straight off.
Yes, Liz, what are you saying? What? Wow, you're ordering a glue gun. What do you mean? What do you mean you're ordering a glue gun? Huh? I thought you got like 50 glue guns in there, in the scrap shop and all that. No? And it's definitely a great hack. Yeah, it's quite useful for people who work with glue guns, and also in schools and in the mass camp and in the shack. I don't know, I'll find out. Angelic, do you use glue guns? Last time I remember some of your guys were getting surprised about using, what's that wire called? Not glue gun, tag, something tag. So, okay, so let's continue with this.
You can see that piping hot glue, and it's not causing me any trouble at all. And then once that does start to cool, which it is now, I can just peel it all away like so, because it's the same material as that there. You just got a little ball of glue. So that's those two, which I've already had. But when you get this gun, you get a pack here, and these ones are more like, I guess, your rubber gloves that you may use for doing washing up or something. So you can see there how those go on. You do get quite a lot in there, so they're going to last you a long time, but that will work the same way. And again, you know, I can kind of put my finger in that glue there, and apart from a slight warmth that you're getting, it's not going to burn you at all. And again, once that's cooled down, it will just all peel off again, like so. There's a little bit left on there, but I can take that off. So that's what you get there. So yeah, do invest in some little, you know, something to protect your fingers, and you know, that will make a load of difference. Also, in terms of kind of looking after your guns, so with this one here, if I'm going to turn that one off now, and this one, again, you can see it just comes out really nicely. So I'm really enjoying this one. Like I said, little USB to charge it, and it's a great little tool. When it comes to cleaning the glue at the end, what you might find helpful is some kitchen foil here. Screw it up like so, and then you'll be able to clean the nozzle of your glue gun. You want to do this while it's still kind of warm. Now mine's kind of built up over time, but it will just help take away any of that glue. Now I've got kind of Christmas gold glitter glue stick on here and so on, but you can see that it just cleans it all off. Now I can get that even cleaner, which I'll do afterwards. If you have any kind of grease, you can use like a lip balm, anything like that. I have a little one here. Again, that's boiling hot, so I don't really want to put it on yet. But if you just get a little bit of the grease and just, when it's cooled down, pop it around the end, and it will stop any build-up of glue going, you know, attaching itself onto the end of the nozzle there of the glue gun. So it's another helpful tip. If you've got silicone kind of caps that go around some of the glue guns, then you won't need to use that, because you can just peel off the glue. But these ones here, this one here has got plastic all the way down to this part, and then it's got the metal. So I just clean that with my foil, or just pick it off when it's just cooling, so it's warm enough for you to be able to touch and still peel off. But you do want to try and do that after you go to like put everything away. Is just give it a little bit of a clean, because it will stop that build up. But
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Liz. How do you stop that thing dribbling? Because all over the place. I don't know, don't they have some kind of a shield? These lights are killing me, man. I've been sitting in these lights for hours. I'm sure they've got some kind of a shield thing, but she doesn't seem to have shown. Isn't it what that is there? Isn't that a shield? That, oh no, it's the stand, is it? Oh, I don't know.
To touch and still peel off, but you do want to try and do that after you go to like put everything away. Is just give it a little bit of a clean because it will stop that build up, but adding a little bit of grease will really help as well. So that's it, just a couple of little tips and tricks which will hopefully help you use your glue gun better and enjoy it maybe. And I know there's lots of other great ones out there on the market. These are just the ones that I've got and that I would recommend to use. I've also used some that are just not very good, so it is a trial and error, because some that one person may really enjoy, someone else, you know, may not. So it's all down to personal preference, but the cordless ones I'm really liking. There's a lot on the market. There's some that will also charge when you pop them back into a holster. So, you know, it's a bit more expensive, but you might want to go for that one. But for what I need, and this one is working just well for me at the moment. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another tutorial. Bye.
What are you saying, Liz? This? How? Carnival? I think the cheap one dribbles. Oh, I see. So you have to invest into more money. I've got a few. I'm going to have to check. I've never thought about it. I've never thought about it. All right. Okay, while we're still in England, now I'm going to go and bring us Mr. Soca Massive. I think this was his set for Hackney Carnival. Let's have some music for a change.
Well, you know how Indian in me.
Soca.
Picking up all the people listening.
Rewind selector.
Not be big bam bam, want to make it look simple. So let me go. Small bumper gals, please do not fret, because none of you we did not forget.
And
Shake
Mr.
up your
Steve.
bumper and break a
Mr.
sweat. The
Steve.
men them still
Hey,
never
long time.
The men nowadays, them like an all.
Long,
They
long,
like
long,
it
long,
like
long
medium
time.
and small. They both are fat or just a them all. Make the men them a ball. Watch me twerk it, and twerk it. We just work it and work
When
it.
the
Watch me
soca
twerk it.
massive them.
Cause this bumper
When
got
the-
rhythm, rhythm,
Oh
rhythm.
my God.
Watch me twerk
Run the
it.
track.
Work it. We just work it and work it. Watch me twerk it. Cause this
Big up to
bumper
the
got rhythm,
virgin.
rhythm, rhythm.
Apache.
We was born with it, born with it. West Indian girls was born with it. Want to walk up the big bam bam, stick it
Love,
up and
love,
touch
Mikey.
it. Then she stop, then she tremble, make the bumper jiggle, and stop, and she wiggle, and ride up like she did.
Oh Lord.
Run the track. You know
we're doing it.
Like when she stop.
in the middle and give it to me, daddy. Make it clap, make it clap, make it clap, make it clap. Soca massive, you know, can't wait to get normal. Make it bounce, make it bounce, make it bounce, make it bounce, and give it to me, daddy. Make it clap, make it clap, make it clap, make it clap. Push it back, oh Lord. Then she stop, then she tremble and make the bumper jiggle, make it drop, and she wiggle and ride out like she did on bicycle. Stop, then she tremble and make the bumper jiggle and drop, make it wiggle.
Okay, so that's happening in this, it was happening in this studio. But what's happening in Ghana? What's happening in Ghana right now? Takarodi. Wait a minute. If that is happening in Ghana right now, be part of new Christmas Day, what was happening in Bahamas? What was happening in Bahamas? That is, let's go now what happens in New Year's Day, because we're going to be it until New Year's Day. So what happens in New Year's Day? Let's check the swingers in the Bahamas. So that's the Bahamas. So Madam Angelica, I hope you are still there. And also still waiting for the live streaming in the Bahamas right now. Because as it is right now in the Bahamas, it's about 5:45, I think. So you're getting your act together, and we are warming up here as well. So we'll be joining you. But I need to get that live one so we can link up with what's going on there. Now, what happens with these costumes here, the Junkanoo? People tend to look at just the costumes, but you also forget that there's people being painted. So, Madam Devonport, this is your beat here, right? There is people who sit there and they spend all the time going to all the different Junkanoo events, painting and doing body painting and so on. So I'm going to bring you a body painter, right? Emerald Sands. Welcome again. We are back. Junkanoo. That's all you know. That's what it Junkanoo. It's Junkanoo. Junkanoo meets Junkanoo. Everybody knows that. You guys have been watching for weeks and you know what I'm talking about. So this time we've got again someone who makes the Bahamas Junkanoo work. Because when you see Junkanoo, it looks like there's one person in charge of everything, but there's different people doing different things. So this time we're bringing in Emelda, and she. Okay, then Angelique. It's almost 6 o'clock there. So here it's almost 11 o'clock. Right. But listen to this exciting interview. There's so much talent in the Bahamas. Check this. She's going to introduce herself and then we'll let you know what she does. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing great.
Yeah? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, so tell me about your work, what you do.
Well, I am a body artist. I say body artist because I encompass a lot of things from beauty makeup to body painting to special effects makeup for film and theater. So that is my profession.
Wow, that sounds like a tall order. And also, I know that I think in terms of Junkanoo and Carnival, we do need people who can do special effects and things like that. It's one area that we tend to ignore, isn't it? Because we sort of go on to the sort of like this, the generic thing that everybody can just work with. But when it comes to areas like that, my experience is that we get people outside the area who do it and come and take advantage of us. In South Africa, most of the costumes and the big massive floats are made by people from the film industry. And there is a complaint that they are not sharing. They just come in, they get commissioned, they build up all these exciting, floats and so on. And they go back to their film industry. And then all of a sudden Carnival doesn't have that experience. So it's good to know. So how did you get into that? Did you get into the before Junkanoo, or you went into Junkanoo first, then you went into it, or you went into it then? Please don't tell me. Don't tell me what everybody in the Bahamas says. Like, I was born with Junkanoo. Don't tell me that one. Tell me something.
Oh,
else.
of course, everyone's born with Junkanoo. Like the phrases
on,
when a baby is born. No, for real, no. When a baby is born, the first thing we know how to do is beat a drum. Like, that's the thing. But for me, how I got into the body art aspect of it, it kind of stems from a dark place. I really wasn't doing good, like during my college years. So I was battling with depression and so on and so forth. And I was trying to find ways to get me out of the depression. And I just happened to stumble upon body artistry. And from there, I just took off.
Went with it. But when you found that, I mean, did you actually have to go and study it? Did you do what I do? You see what I'm doing? I've been live in streaming since December last year. I've never done this before. When I decided to do it, I spent 2 weeks on YouTube, and nobody was allowed to come into my living room, which is now turned into a studio. After 2 weeks, I was like well equipped. Now I'm like an expert, but tell you the truth, it's not anything I ever done all my life. So how did you do yours?
How did I do mine? I just started with
You just
whatever
started
I
doing
had.
it.
Like I had like basic makeup stuff like lipstick and eyeshadow. I started from there, and then I started getting the cheap grease paint. And then I had one of the veterans who was a veteran body painter here in the Bahamas. She saw me, she saw my work, she saw potential, and she continued to train me. And then from there, I started to get in the expensive stuff, the right paints and everything. And 8 years later, here I am.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la. So anyway, so tell me about this, because as I said, there's not many people who do this, but the reason I'm involved with Junkanoo myself is because I would like to help somehow with the environment. So everything I do is called based on the environment. That's why we actually linked up with the Bahamas, because you guys, you use sticks and cardboard and all that. That's why we're linked with the masquerade in Africa, because the same thing again. When it comes to music, they're just using brass and drums. They don't have to go and get some generators and stuff that damage the environment, right? So in terms of your body work, I mean, do you practice the same thing, that what you're using is something that's friendly to the environment, or something that's good, healthy for the skin, or not making kids sensitive, whatever?
Yes. A lot of the paints that I use are hypoallergenic, so they can be used on the body. I know a lot of people believe that the same paint that you use on canvas can be used on the body. That is not true. I have seen people do that, and that is cringe to me. So yes, I do use hypoallergenic stuff. Probably the only thing I don't use that's good for the environment is the glitter. It's kind of hard for me to find glitter that is, biodegradable.
Right.
Because as it stands right now, glitter has, it's plastic. It's small, shiny pieces of plastic. So unfortunately, we use it in Junkanoo too, even with the costumes.
Right.
And all we have is the regular glitter, which is small pieces of plastic. So I don't know if I know for me, I'm trying to do my research to try to find biodegradable glitter, but I can't speak for in terms of the costumes. I think it would be good if they could look into that, because we don't need no more plastic in the ocean.
That's true. Well, I think sometimes you have to do the compromise, because what you are doing, there's a compromise, isn't it? You don't want to use the glitter, but there's nothing else, so you have to use it. I had the same argument with the costume people. I personally, I don't know why, but I do have issues with feathers. And if you
Which
take
ones?
off
Because they
feathers,
have fake feathers as well.
if you take off feathers from the Junkanoo, then it's no longer Junkanoo, it's just cardboard, right? But
Yeah.
I've also made some efforts in finding out alternative to feather, and there's so much. I've featured it a lot on my channel. I've showed a lot of people showing how you can make feathers without the feathers. But still, people use feathers. They still got issues with it. They still want to use feathers. They don't want to use this. But there's alternatives. I mean, there's even some machines that I was showing on my program where you can buy very cheap as well. And then you can put your cardboard, whatever, you shove it there. Then after that, it's actual feather. So yes, it is.
What is the feather made out of? Because I'm pretty sure it's not coming from an actual bird. What is the feather made out of?
No, it's just paper, cardboard. Then there's a
Oh, it's
machine. It's like
paper.
embossing
Oh.
machine. It's like an embossing machine. So it will bang on there. Then when you play with it, it's actually like feather. I've shown a few on the. If you go on past of our programs, you'll find that. And then also the girl who works with me here at thing. She's also been doing a lot of the feathers. And on my website, I also show some of the cardboard stuff that's been turned into feathers. Yeah. So glitter, I think is something. I think in myself thinking proper. I can't actually see anything that can be alternative for glitter. I can't see it.
I mean, for craft glitter,
never
I don't
thought of
think
it.
so. I know
Yeah.
for body glitter, I have seen companies trying to, find different ways to make it biodegradable, but I'm not sure about the craft glitter. That would be kind of difficult to find an alternative. Because what's Junkanoo without the sparkly and
I
all the,
know. No, I'm actually saying I know, because now what you're doing is, you see, with me, it's anything I don't know, I end up researching. So you just give me homework that I didn't have when I started chatting with you. Now I got homework to do. I'm going to Okay, so this is going to have chapter 2 later on, and we are going to move on. So I still got that question. What's happening in the Bahamas and what's happening in Ghana, right? So let's see what's happening in Ghana. If we can.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eko Simpson. Thank you for checking me out. Today has been a beautiful day here in Sopon. Why? Because I came here to cover this beautiful program that.
Yeah, so what we do is some of our programs, we try to also get support from other people who do video, and we also try to support people who do videos. So this gentleman, Oko, he did a very good blogging of this, and so we're just going to say to you, brother, we support what you're doing.
The youth have decided to embark on. You know, when it comes to festivals, Central Region stands out. Yes, when it comes to festival, because we have the Fetu Afashe, that is where I come from. But right now, I'm in Southbourne. Here, they celebrate Odambia Festival. So if you happen to be in Ghana and then you want to celebrate one of the festivals, mostly in August, this is where they celebrate their festival. But due to the corona, things are a little bit slow. But hey, there's this beautiful event going on where a part of the group or a part of the community have come together to form a masquerade organization, if I should call it that way. But here we call it Fancy Dress because the dress is kind of like fancy. So I came here today, I won't talk much, I came here today to give you an overview of what really happened today inside Sopon on the 27th of August 2021. Enjoy this.
This is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He was the first Prime Minister from 1957 to 1960 and the first President of the Republic of Ghana from 1960 to 1966. And we have George Alfred Grant, also known as Pa Grant. He was the founding member and the first President of the Gold Coast Convention, that is UGCC. And also we have Dr. J.B. Dankwa. He was a lawyer, a scholar, author, and a patriot.
Hey, what's up? So I told you that I'm bringing you something beautiful from Southbourne. These guys, like I told you, they've decided to come together to form a masquerade group, and today they are outdooring their new uniform. That is why I'm here today, to give you what is trending here in Ghana, in West Africa, Africa to be precise. So look at that. I like the outfit very much. I remember when I was young, anytime we see them wearing this kind of masks, we were, you know, running away and all that. But this time, it's like I'm getting to understand why they used to wear this. So let me see if I can. All right, like I said, so I said I wanted to interview them. These are kids, right? And I want to know why they decided to join. I will applaud them. What is your name?
Silas.
Silas. What class are you in? Which class are you?
Well, Form 1.
Form 1. Okay, so Silas is in junior high school 1. And what about you? Daniel. Benjamin. And then you? Theophilus. And then you? Emmanuel. Okay, let me see. Can I wait? Hey. No, me too soon. Oh,
you come for coming to
the Cut. I don't think I can wear this, but I'm happy that these kids have decided to come up with something like that. Into Ebenezer, one organization was friend.
Supreme Kindness.
Supreme Kindness.
Garden.
Okay. See, everybody think of what joining them fancy dress.
What are you? What are you? So, mobile like. Oya you team by oya fashion.
Okay. So I asked them why they decided to be part of this, and they said it's a group that is so interesting. It gives the young people the platform to share their opinions and all that. It's like an organization where when you join, then you are looking at having yourself do away with a lot of social vices. It's a peaceful organization. It's a place where most youth that are part of them are in because they wanted to avoid a lot of social vices like stealing, doing things that is not really accepted in the society. And they said the group members or the leaders also takes good care of them. So that is the reason why they decided to join this. So I don't know, maybe you're watching me from the Caribbean, US, wherever, UK, Canada, Germany. Do you have something similar like this where they have a masquerade group or organization where a lot of kids are part of it just because they want to stay away from certain things that is not accepted in the society? Aside that, they also mentioned that it's nice to have peers like themselves dancing, making merry and all that. So on my part, since I made a video with them, I have to take them to a spot down there and buy them maybe Coca-Cola, one each, and then to thank them for having a video with me. So hey, thank you very much. Yes, okay.
My good man, you're taking them for a drink. Thank you, Echo. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. We need to collaborate. Lee says artificial feathers can be found there. And then also there. It was very informative indeed. It's good to see this part of it. So now, where am I going to go? I'm going to take you to a lady from Ghana who lives in London. and also her link with Nobles #1, which is one of the groups that takes parts here in Ghana. And her name is Barbara. She's involved with Notting Hill Carnival. So this was a recording last year.
So my name is Barbara Nyako, and
Uh-oh.
I am a member of CAMF, Carnival Arts Masquerade Foundation. It's an umbrella organization. So my name is Barbara Nyako, and I am a member of CAMF, Carnival Arts Masquerade Foundation. It's an umbrella organization that deals with the parading in Notting Hill Carnival.
Yeah.
I've been a member since 2005, and I have been on the board since 2009.
Okay, so the groups that I see from Ghana, the African groups that come into Notting Hill, that's really your organization. What's the name of the group?
It's Mass Africa.
Mass Africa.
But we haven't actually had a group from Ghana yet.
Okay.
We've facilitated groups from
Nigeria.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right, so now we're moving into the Nobles #1, and you will be surprised how much I'm going to be talking about Nobles #1 and Junkanoo on Boxing Day, because I've done my research. I got so much information about that. So I'll be bringing up a lot of that, but Nobles #1 is been put in there in the history of Fancy Dress Party. Nobles #1 is supposed to be the key organization that started the whole thing. And I didn't know that. You just said to me, Nobles #1, I'm thinking, well, whatever. But then they're actual key in what happens in a thing.
Yes. So Janka Abrahams, my ancestor, who used to visit his cousin in Cape Coast around Christmas time, because they had a lot of festivals in Cape Coast. So Winnipeg was some kind of like, they didn't have any celebrations that was interesting like Cape Coast. So he sat down and thought, why don't we bring something like this to Winnipeg? And this is how Nobles #1 started. And because we come from the royal family, and so he had Nobles #1 was members were from like doctors.
Yeah.
It was the elite that participated.
Yeah.
In it. So
no, you're right, because I was shocked really when I read about it, because it was saying that one of the conditions to be a member, you need to be able to speak English.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an elite group. Yeah.
Yes, it was. So a strict rule was you don't show your face. Nobody, some people, I mean, you'd be standing next to your brother or cousin and you wouldn't know. So there was a strict rule of putting on a mask. And maybe it's because of their positions, the profession in life. They didn't want to people to recognize that they participated in something like this. But so mainly it was a day for them to let their hair down and be human, really.
I know. Now, talking about mask, right? You just say something that I would like to chat with you, because I've always said to people who do Carnival, the difference between our, because what we do in Africa, if we bring it to the Caribbean, it's a carnival. But back home, it's not a carnival. It's a funeral, it's the chief, it's a wedding, it's everything like that. Now, my experience of the African dancers in Africa, compared to I always say to them, the Caribbean, when they are dancing with all their costumes, they want everybody to know who is there, who's wearing the costume. Back in Zimbabwe, Malawi, Ghana, if somebody's dancing that traditional dance with a mask, they don't want to know who's inside. So I always say to people, this is the difference between the Caribbean and the African. Am I right?
Yeah, because the whole purpose of this was to mimic the whites
masters,
and
not get punished.
Sometimes with the original mask wearing in Africa, you might know this, but you actually take on the spirit
spiritual,
of whatever. It has a spiritual connotation. But with masquerade, at that time, it will know your identity. It's to hide your identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So anyway, I mean, how excited are the guys to be involved with Junkanew? Because as I say, we sort of like doing it, but it's actually become a mixture between what happens in Ghana and what happens in Bahamas. And then we're putting in the English element. So this sort of Junkanoo costume way is the same thing you do in Bahamas, same way you do in Ghana. But the songs, you all do different songs, because I've listened to I think it's Nobles or one of the groups actually playing one of the high life tunes that I really love.
Yes.
And then the Bahamians, they do something else. So I mean, what I'm doing is we're joining those two together. Then we're including these elements that are missing. So one of them is lanterns. In England, they make a lot of lanterns. So I want to incorporate with that because it's a winter carnival. And then also we're incorporating the steel pan, but the one pan on the neck so that they are matching with you. So everything is acoustic. Everything is like really sustainable. So that's how we're going to take it.
Okay. I realized also that there was this project I embarked on dealing with the old citizens.
Yeah.
So we had luncheon every month for them to come around and talk about how they used to do in the olden days.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting. They had puppets, they had large costumes in the past.
Yeah.
But over the years, all of that, I'm not sure how, that we lost all of that.
Yeah.
So, and this is something that Nobles is trying to bring back. So in 2012, we had an international program. We brought over some masqueraders here to actually work with people like artists like Sunshine International, Ray Mahibe.
Ray Mahibe.
Yes, so they participated in other carnivals. Liverpool, is it? Yeah, Liverpool Carnival.
Yeah.
Just to enlighten them, for them to see what other carnivals do.
Yeah.
And bringing it back home, the old citizens were really amazed. They're like, yeah, this is what we used to do in the past. And they used to go on themes. Their costumes were based on themes.
Yeah.
And I kind of think we've missed that, and that's what we're trying to bring back.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, to tell you the truth, I think for me, I'm going to get killed for saying this thing really, but there is different types of carnivals. In this country, I find it so funny because, somebody says if you go to... Okay, so this is chapter 1, and there's going to be chapter 2, which I will play later on New Year's Day. So while we're still on this one here, I would like to take you to, still in UK, so we're going to take you to Yaram. Yaram is a group that takes part in Hackney Carnival, which I've been involved in. And they also, we're talking about African Masquerade. They also present African Masquerade very, very well in the UK and abroad as well. They do a lot of touring, and they are one of our key features. And they usually play with this masquerade of Simba. From Senegal and Gambia, yeah, mixture of Senegal and Gambia.
Coming up is my big brother. Oh God, Simba. Yeah, you want to do that? Number 18.
Team Zimbabwe, each year they represent Senegambian land by the name of Zimba. The parade, the Zimba, is an imitation of the lion and the sum of its grisly attributes. Yes,
Yaram is one of our groups. That's the one that happened to support. We are also asking to NPO, so they know their business. And Zimba, they come all the way from Africa. It's the lion. Zimba is the lion.
and also they perform at the
Oh no, you see what happened there? He carried me. He carried me from the stage. Oh, there's Zimba. So Angelique enjoying this? Let's see what happened. How did that happen? Where was I? There, that's me there, that's me there. That's me there being carried back. Oh, I see. I did try to get it.
Very good. Hey, Pax. See?
You didn't want me to come back, did you?
I wanted him to take you to be fair.
You want me to come back?
When you go,
okay.
I've got my mate here, she'll take over.
You come to Brazil?
I come to Brazil.
Okay. December we come.
Brazil, we ready for Brazil.
As soon as it gets cold in England, people. Okay.
No, wow.
Okay, we're going back.
What's going on?
Junkanoo. Baha rhythmic. Yes, Angelica hits the road again, educating people with the Junkanoo.
All my feelings. How am I feeling? I put it on my jump, express myself on my jump, you know how to go. This goes again, the origin of Junkanoo, this is where Junkanoo came from, you know. And we, in the early, later years, we got more modern and to introduce the tom-tom, but this is the soul and heart of Junkanoo.
Nowadays, every person would roll over a group, roll over with a tom-tom. That's your pacemaker, your trendsetter. That's the mood setter. The tom-tom can set you right, or the tom-tom can set you wrong.
A tom-tom drummer, he is what you would consider a designated lead drummer in terms of
the rolling beat.
All right, we get an example of it.
Man hitting first, this man hitting second. What you do is you beating the drum, and the man in front of you, you feed off of him. Is like
the whole goat skin with them, with the continuous rolling. That's just rolling as one. And
second.
Most people call the lazy beat, because it have less parts than the first. Maybe there's some of it. That's what we call a lazy second, lazy beat.
It's a feeling, it's a spirit, it's a vibe.
It feeds from within the heart. It's a heartbeat, like I show you. And whatever, like for instance, let's say I come from the fire, I come with my drum, and the group is already in process of rushing, right? And I come in the group. I hear what's beating. I hear what they're knocking. All I do is come right there, and the first person I can hear, I just feed off that person and send back what I have to send back to him to send back to me. You see, it's a combination.
And that's what the tum-tums do. You break it down, and you would have half beating a certain beat, and then you have another person beating the next part of the beat. It will sound like one coming at you. It's the two drummers working together. It's exactly answer and call. This person call, this person answer.
And you can buy all the parts together, that's music.
From a distance, if you listen, it'll sound like a continuous roll with the tum-tum and the bass. Which in one goat skin could do all of that themselves. Bass is basically the tree, which is the heartbeat, and which just keeps everything going. You could lose a whole period just by having the wrong tempo. So the brass and the bass drummers, you know, everybody, even the bellas. Sometimes the tempo might be too fast for the bellas, but you need something to basically please everybody.
For me to express myself. Through dance, I'm able to contort, conform, sway left, sway right. It gives me a good feeling. It allows me, it's like a stress reliever. You know, we go through a lot of things in life and we need to find that outlet, and dancing is my outlet. Dancing is an expression. There shouldn't be anything said about someone's type of dance because everybody has their own unique style. The sound of the drums uplifts your spirit. You basically form a connection. The drums themselves gives you that tempo.
It's drawing them. It's a heartbeat.
Not too fast, not too slow, just right.
The goatskin drum is Junkanoo.
All those drums give a different sound.
They create that beat in which your body just starts to move, and then as the bass comes in, you start to gyrate. So you just feel all that rhythm vibrate through your body. It gives me an uplifting feeling out of this world. I actually honestly have an out of body experience. It's almost as if I'm standing above everything and I'm looking down and I'm like in awe.
Junkanoo is a music that brings about a reveling of the spirit.
Like you go this way.
Double rock is like the climax of a music, like to get the music hype and to get some little excitement and fun going on.
You get a solo part, you add off the rhythm. Double rocks would come from within the individual.
Most drummers, double rocking is life to them. But for all most senior drummers and professional drummers, they don't really focus on double rock as much, but they do it from time to time to get some fun going.
I make up a lot of double rocks, a lot of people start to use them afterwards, but a lot of guys make up double rocks, but that comes from how I feel or what I feel. You do something simple, some guys more talented, faster hands, you put the little speed in there. Ain't everybody is fortunate. Some other guys can put the volume in there, but it's just basically how you feel, what you have in your mind to put on your drum. That's just the solo part of it. That's the freestyle part of drumming.
The most common double rock I would say, which is my favorite, is like the bass. When you're hitting. Common slaps, every drummer I would say hit. And then you get some other private rocks everyone do. Like, you put a little roll in there or some other slaps, but nothing major.
No matter what, no matter how, when you hear the sound of the drum, I can start beating now and people will start walking outside and coming out to see.
That's what the rhythm is saying. Just feel the rhythm and just perform. Feel it, interact with it.
I would like to travel every continent, every region of the world. Wherever you take Junkanoo, show them the greatest show on earth, which is Junkanoo.
Our cultural identity is deeply rooted in the rhythm of the goatskin drum, and our music encompasses everything that it means to be Bahamian through creativity, self-expression, jubilance, intellect, and togetherness. I want to say thank you to everyone who agreed to being interviewed, to my wife Lael, and everyone involved in the pre-production and planning process. I hope you enjoyed the film, and remember, like it and share it to everyone worldwide. Explore my YouTube channel and visit just about every island in the Bahamas from the comfort of your couch. And if you're interested in learning how to make these kinds of films, visit my tutorial channel and get started.
Yes, here we go again. We need to support each other. So you need to go to his channel if you want to get more of some of his stuff. He posts a lot of good stuff. So if you want to go on his channel, you can go on there, RC Media. Okay, so we move on. And what are we going to do? We're going to move our way. Remember, Junkanoo is all about looking at the environment. And so I'm going to take you to the rainforest. I'm going to show you also what is carbon what is it? Carbon something. And also carbon, oh my God, why? Carbon something. I can't believe that. Okay, carbon something. And also, oh yeah, that is carbon footprint. Carbon footprint. Yes, we're going to carbon footprint. But before that, I'm going to go back into Africa, but this time we're going to go to Abuja. I visited Abuja Carnival. And then just a little clips that I took there. So let my brother explain what went there. Well, in my travels, I tend to go to different places. So I was in Nigeria, where I was asked by the British Council to mentor the Abuja Carnival, and I did. And I also witnessed some really very, very exciting carnival. This is like really carnival like you don't know. Because they do the river regatta, and all the boats get decorated. They got these different beautiful colors. And then I was one of the judges. So we judged the movement they are doing, the songs that they have to do, and all that. And Abuja Carnival is different from other carnivals, because Abuja Carnival in Nigeria is the carnival where all the carnivals come in, all the come from the 36 states. They all come to Abuja and they all celebrate together. So Lagos, River State, all those, once they've done their business, their final straw is Abuja Carnival. So I did go there and I saw some many exciting stuff. So what you're going to see there are 2 clips of some of the musical stuff, like the trombone type of thing. I love that. The sound is just one note, but when they're playing together, oh my God, it's really amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you're being harassed by my brother, I would say calm down, enjoy this little clip on Abuja Carnival in Nigeria.
They are part of the, in fact, these are the high chains of Salsa. Yes, Kutub is the southern part of the Emirates, and they are in charge of the southern part. You can see, like I told you, the Emirates is vast. They are accommodative. Now you can see, these ones are led by the Igbos. You can see the Igbos traditional dancers. They were moving with this circuit. He has his people to show that I can accommodate everybody. We see everybody, see the one dance, and doing the dance, Makachuku. And if you hear from the trumpet, it's
Aha, welcome again. And it's the Bahamas is just taken over everything that we're doing at Junkanew. Everything is just taken over. If you see, we've had all sorts of people here, Bellas and all sorts of people. And then now I'm bringing one of my favorite brothers. I was wearing a European suit earlier. When I realized that I'm actually going to talk with my brother, this official I don't know anybody who's as Pan-African as this gentleman. I had to go away and get my all African gear so that I don't end up upsetting him, because he's a very important person. And he's going to introduce himself now. Sankofa Flamingo, welcome to the house.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pax. It's always a pleasure. Every time we speak, I always learn so much, and it's always such a positive energy, with you, man. So I appreciate you having me on again.
No, it's a brilliant thing because last time when we had you here, I think if you remember yourself, a lot of our viewers just wanted to know more about what you were talking about. It was quite inspiring, not just for the people in England who were listening. The people in Ghana, were like, who's that guy? I'm like, he was there already. But then you see people in Ghana don't share information. So if I go there myself, I become a commodity. They don't want to share this commodity. So you were one of those commodities, right? You were in Ghana. There's like, no, we can't share. This is gold. This is just mine.
Yes. Yeah, man. But that's how it is, man. But at the same time, the place where I actually spend most of my time in Ghana is very different, and it has more of the feel of the real Africa. It's out there in the Hanta West region. I've been working very closely with the people of Princestown. Chief Augustine Yor, of course, by his blessing. Of course, Nana Bonsu, Baidu Bonsu, the 15th, by his blessing. And of course, with the assistance of the Honorable Assembly Member, Stephen Arthur, as well as my brother over there, the oral historian, Alice Quofi, and several other people. Too much for me to mention, and I've been really immersing myself in a Hanta culture and kind of, just learning all that I can about these people. And they've all been so, gracious to me. My experiences in other parts have been a little bit different. But when I go to Princestown and a Hanta West region, I really feel at home. And of course, there's reasons for that as well, right? As I'm sure we get into it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think the thing I was going to say to you is last time when we chat, I think you were, embarking into going to Africa and check up stuff.
Yeah.
I think he had already done one trip. But I think what I'm trying to find out from you is, as somebody in the diaspora who's been doing this practice that's already done back home, but you were not aware it's happening back there. When you actually go there, I'm just trying to work out really, what if you learned something, has it shaped something, or actually it's you who's actually teaching the people back home?
Well, there's one guy, his name escapes me, but it's Quofi III. He's actually an Ahanta historian. And I think he's actually considered to be the official Ahanta historian. I've also spoken extensively with the official historian of the traditional Ahanta Council, the official historian of Baidu Bonsu the 15th. And the official historian of the traditional council didn't really take it back to forward to the Bahamas, to the Caribbean, Belize, North Carolina, and these places. But Quofi III did. However, much of this research is my seminal research. And I won't reveal too much, because when the project comes out, we're trying to galvanize people to come and find out more, right? But essentially, I could confidently say that I've unequivocally proven the true identity of this man that we know as Junkanoo, as Jian Kwao, who was the chief of Princestown, formerly known as Porkasu, in the southwestern extremity of Ghana. And that's been unequivocally proven, despite all attempts through the centuries actually to try to remove this festival from its African origins and place all the praises to the British, to the Dutch and colonial governments and so on. Yeah. So it's something we're extremely excited about. And I know you are too, Mr. Nindi. So it's something that's very exciting. It's rare that we are actually able to pinpoint to a specific location and time, some of these festivals that hold so much intrinsic value throughout the diaspora.
No, that's true, really. And I think I was going to say, I can mention this. I think I have to mention it really, that, you being in Ghana and meeting all these people has actually sparked and influenced them to come up with something called the Junkanoo World Festival, or whatever the name came up with. So, while you're thinking, oh God, you're harassing people, you're actually going out there changing the world, because, they wouldn't have come up. I know that people like Vincent wouldn't have come up with that festival in the first place if he hadn't been there.
Yeah, right. Well, when you went, the more, like I said, when I think I was on before, the more that we learn about this festival and its origins among the Hanta people, it's really this unifying force, and even Jian Kwao himself, he had a troop of between 15 and 20,000 people. And within those troops, you had at least about 10 to 12 different ethnic groups and tribes and people who speak different languages represented within it, and oftentimes we historians, we kind of get personal with this information, and we want to be the first one to do this and the first one to do that. And of course, for those of us that work very hard at it, it's a very sensitive topic. However, I am very pleased to see that it does seem to be gaining a lot of traction. I've seen it actually popping up in North Carolina as well, and especially in Ghana and in the Ahanta West region. There are many people that are now starting to make these connections to Junkanoo, and it's also a discussion right here back home too. And we see other stakeholders in the Junkanoo parade also speaking on it. There's a few challenges on my theory, but like I said, I have my ace in the pocket, and I just waiting for the right time to reveal my ace in the pocket. But like I said, it's been unequivocally proven now and it's going to be published in a journal next year, and I'll come back on and we'll talk more about that aspect of it, if it's okay with you, of course.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's just a beautiful thing to see it all happen. I think actually Mr. Kofi III did a show on one of the popular radio station in the Ahanta West speaking about Junkanoo, and then making that direct connection to the festival in the Bahamas, right? And so it's something that we're very excited about, particularly now that we're not having a Junkanoo festival this year for the first time in probably 300 years, if we're being honest. And, so it's very difficult for a lot of people because, like I said, it's more than a festival for us. It's really a way of life, and nowadays, and the people like Angelique, shout out to Angelique, of course, from the Junkanoo Commandos. Right now, they have all of this access, energy, all of this access allowed to have our Junkanoo parade, So at the same time, though, I think it's a good opportunity for us to focus on why this festival holds so much intrinsic value for us in the Bahamas, even though traditionally we haven't been one who associate ourselves in showing pride for our African heritage, as you would see in other places like Jamaica. You look at our national heroes, we have some of our colonial masters as our national heroes still, and we almost in 2022, right? And so, as a matter of fact, the Christopher Columbus statue, I don't know if you heard, but several weeks ago, the Christopher Columbus statue that we have that actually used to sit in Government House grounds, pretty much the head seat of all government in the Bahamas, overlooking the city of Nassau. And it was actually destroyed by a disgruntled African in the Bahamas, I should say, or Black Bahamian, if you will, several weeks ago. And my first choice to replace that with is actually John Quao, right? Because he holds so much intrinsic value, right? And furthermore, it's the way the statue is positioned is actually facing out to sea. And when statues face out to sea, that's usually reserved for people who are heroes of that land, so to speak, but weren't from that land, right? And I think John Quao, if we look into kind of reshape that same display, John Quao would definitely be the perfect candidate. And of course, he's not only an effect in Ghana and in the Bahamas, but also Jamaica, North Carolina, Belize, St. Vincent, St. Kitts. I've actually been finding more evidence. I've even found evidence of it in Cuba and throughout the Spanish-speaking diaspora in Puerto Rico and Cuba, specifically through a festival that's called and still called Three Kings Day, and also the King's Day, right? And unlike in the Bahamas and Jamaica, though, that one probably came more so through the later migrations through the intra-American slave trade. So people sending slaves from Bahamas to Cuba. And it's also key to note that at least about 3,000 enslaved people in the Bahamas between 1810 and about 1850, thousands of people from the Bahamas were sent to Cuba. And so, of course, you know that when people move, even if it's by force, their culture moves with them, so it all kind of makes sense. But the origins of it seems to have been in the earlier British and Dutch colonies in the West Indies, places like St. Vincent and St. Kitts. And then the Garifuna were the ones who took it over there to Belize, right? And as I also mentioned before, one of the things that is inextricably linked to all of the manifestations of these Junkanoo celebrations are these kind of maroon societies or these Akan revolutionary heroes who would have planned slave revolts or even tried to conquer the island, as we see here in the Bahamas in 1734, as we saw successfully for one whole year in St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands through Queen Brefu, as we saw the attempt by Kwaku in Antigua, as we saw with Kofi in Guyana, as we saw with Bonnie in Suriname, and as you notice too, the pantheon of these names are kind of getting much broader, right? And then in St. Kitts, you also have a guy named, he has an Arawak name, or I should say Kalinago name. However, he was also an African who would have been a Garifuna. And the Garifuna, similar to the Seminoles, were those Africans and indigenous Americans that came together fighting against slavery, fighting against colonization, who formed their own communities and then tried to retain their autonomy in the best way that they can. And then in the 1790s, after 150 years of them fighting the British in and around the Lesser Antilles, so we're talking about St. Kitts, St. Vincent, Barbados, and areas like that. And then these people who are now known as the Garifuna were then sent to British Honduras. And nowadays, the Garifuna actually populate Belize, Honduras, parts of Guatemala, and even parts of southern Mexico as well. And so all of these places have some form of a manifestation of what we know as Junkanoo. And of course, we know that all of these things wouldn't be popping up in all these areas.
Hello? Oh no!
And this was the day that we used to get.
Hold on. You froze while you were speaking.
Froze?
So you might have to sort of continue a bit of
I think I'm back.
Yeah.
I think I'm back.
I think I was
I'm back.
getting carried away showing. Yeah, we could go on and on with my brother here. So I'm going to continue that conversation because it's a long one and very interesting. So now I'm going to take you to Ghana if I can. Can I? No, just take you to the Bahamas for a second. This time with Genesis. we're missing this. Huh? Right now, at this moment, this should be happening in the Bahamas, should be happening in Ghana and other places like that. But we have to rely being online. Look at that, beautiful, and how much time had to be spent on that, the love, the warmth with people and all that. So we're missing all that. So I'm going to take you now to Africa, Ghana, where something like this should be happening as well. But this is the Tema Fancy Dress Party. Yeah, so that is in Ghana, but I can't see who's playing the cowbell. I can hear the cowbell, but I can't see who's playing it. I've got a Bella here from from the Junkanoo world, who's going to talk to me about belling. But here, I want to see who's going to bell. That's not a bell. That's a camera. Where's the bell? Where that one is playing there. Aha. That looks like a bell to me. Antonio, tell me all about bells, okay? Let's get Antonio. Hola, bola, hola, bot. That is still playing, not supposed to be playing. We still continue. Yes, we've got some technical problems here. So we're going to have to close again and come back at 12:30. 12:30, I think it's 7:30 in the Bahamas. Because at the moment we're having some music, but we can't work out where the music is coming from. And I don't think you're hearing it there, but on my mic you can pick it up. So we're going to finish now and come back at 12:30. Okay? So take it easy.